Okay. Now that I've realized that I was muted the whole time, welcome back to the Cal Fire Relief Marathon. This is an event which has been going on since Thursday. We've been raising money for the American Red Cross and their relief efforts for wildfire victims in the state of California. You guys have done an awesome job of that so far. We've raised $4,277 out of the original goal of $3,000. We still have one more goal that we're looking to hit, and that's going to be $4,500. If we manage to hit that number, we are going to have Background Guy, the Earthbound runner, do an exhibition of glitches in that game, which there are quite a few of. So it'll definitely something to be watched.
Yes, and of course, these are at the end of the Earthbound run too, so you have up until the end of the Earthbound run to make that happen.
Indeed. So coming up, we're going to have a speed run, as you might guess. That's what we've been doing all weekend. We're going to have Turbodog coming on here to do Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And because we hit the milestone total of $2,800 quite a while ago, we will be acting out the opening scene between Richter and Dracula. And I'm sure that will be quite entertaining for everybody. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and grab Turbo, and we're going to be ready in just a few moments. Turbo, BT, what's up, guys?
How's it going? Salutations.
Doing all right.
All right. Gonna go ahead and find the layout here. And let's unmute this. Oh, what a lovely picture. So, BT, are we doing this cool Dracula Richter duet together?
We are.
Awesome. And
Excited.
I'm to understand that you will be playing the part of Richter.
Sure.
And I will be playing the part of Dracula. So that will certainly be a thing. Hopefully sometime between now and the time that we actually get to that, I will think of a kind of delivery to do. But
So when are we gonna just let us know when we're up?
When are we going to start? Well, Turbo, why don't we go ahead and get started whenever you're ready, because I'm good to go.
All right. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I mean, she is pretty hot, BT. Like,
No, I cannot refute what you say about this. This is some pretty.
I mean,
nice
is
stuff.
it? I mean, are you really more of a succubus person? Maybe Salome. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just brushing up on my tactics here. Yeah. So, just figuring out how Konami intended us to fight Karasamon here. Okay. All right, I think I got it. I think we've officially figured out how we're gonna deal with this boss. So,
Reminder that Symphony of the Night is a video game. It is a very video game.
It is the video game.
welcome everybody. I'm Turbodog702, joined by the Blacktastic of the Mega Man 9 fame, who also plays this game here and there, and Vooligen of many other Metroidvania style games.
Indeed.
We're going to be starting up here pretty soon. We're going to be doing any percent to preface this, because you guys donated so fervently towards it. We will be having an acted out scene with the great thespians Vooligen and Blacktastic.
Noted thespians.
The first thing that you need to do when you're speedrunning this game is you need to pick an appropriate file name, one that really suits what it is you're trying to accomplish during the course of a run. Really exemplifies the type of power and prestige and stability that you hope to bring to any run that you are a part of inside of a marathon.
I
think we're good with that.
I was going to recommend a different one. Do you mind?
What do we got?
Richter.
I'm actually illiterate. I just picked the symbols that looked pretty.
Fair enough.
So we're gonna get started. All right. So yeah, this is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Good start already. Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, game.
Y'all
There we
set
go.
BT?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Oh, pay me.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you.
Well done, guys.
Yep.
So, real quickly, just to cover the intro, I got 41 hearts because you need to get 41 before the start of the Dracula cutscene in order to get the neutron bomb when this starts, which we'll be using very shortly. I'm also attempting to get rid of all my hearts so that I can get access to a heart refresh.
This cannot
for later.
be. Ah!
All right,
Yes.
Grade A.
Good luck with
Grade
your
A
speedrun,
ham right
Turbo.
there.
Bulletin, please stick around for the ending. We might need you again.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. In this game, you slide backwards. It's pretty funny, and a lot faster than running forwards, which is considerably slower. You want to kind of talk about that a little bit, BT, and the basic movement mechanics for the start of the game here?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we call it shield dashing because it only requires 2 buttons in order to be used at such a fast level. In the Castlevania Symphony of the Night, if you press the triangle or the Y button on the Xbox 360, you will do a backdash, which is when chained together, is a bit faster than running. But we can also cancel that animation with any other animation in the game, such as jumping or taking out the shield. Taking out the shield is pretty fast in its own way. So if you chain the two together, you're just gonna be going fast. You're gonna be sliding. There's gonna be a lot of noises, but yeah, it's all right.
So there we use the neutron bomb to initiate a level up at a very specific part of the screen. That allowed us to skip the death cutscene that normally would take all of your overpowered gear. So yeah, Alucard kind of has a big gear buffer here for the first part of this run. We pick up the Cube of Zoe, which allows us to get items to drop from candles. That's mainly to deal with Doppelganger, which is a boss that's going to be coming up in a little bit. Most of this is just very basic movement. If there's anything that wanted to be covered as far as like plans for another year of Cal Fire or anything in particular, let us know right now.
Personally, I would like there to not have to be Cal Fire marathons in the sense that I would like California to stop burning down. That would be great.
Probably a good plan of attack.
Right now, we're just really happy with all the support this year so far. Obviously, last year we got to roughly 3,000 followers, I think, and this year we managed to eclipse that, which is fantastic. You guys have done a great job. Keep it up.
So that was the first boss, Slogger Gaibon. Good old CV4 twins. Not so tough when you have access to this gear. As you'll find out as we go further and further in this run, the combat isn't really the draw of this particular speed game. It's more the crazy sequence breaks, glitches, and general movement inside of it that's pretty impressive when you get to a high level.
Yeah, for a 20-minute speed game, there's a lot of execution and a lot of planning that goes into how your run is going to be panning out. But these next couple of screens over here are gonna kind of test his stamina for shield dashing.
So normally we have this thing called the sub 8 for this room coming up. The left side of this room opens up on even minutes and closes on odd minutes. Technically you want to reach here before 8 minutes happens after you got the wolf in order to have the fastest currently possible time. Because we did the intro, that's not really going to happen, so I do have to kind of focus a little bit more and make sure that I get here before the 9-minute mark. I also have to be pretty angry that my headphones are kind of falling out, so I might lose the ability to listen to people in Discord for a moment. But we'll see what happens on that end.
So let me talk a little bit more about how we kind of reach that sub 8, or even just through the 8-minute mark. So as soon as you start the game, like from file start, the in-game timer just goes, and it doesn't matter if there are loading screens or if you're in a cutscene, that in-game timer still keeps going. So what we do to kind of like mitigate like the loading times and the cutscenes, that we play this on a new game plus. So you have to complete the game first to its full completion, like defeat Dracula in the reverse castle in order to get that. So that's why we had the option to skip the prologue scene, but obviously it was just too gold to not. But you can skip all the cutscenes like the Maria, Richter in the Colosseum, and so on and so forth. Just cutting down that time so we can grab that sub 8.
So the reason why we picked up the stopwatch here is because of this doppelganger fight in the Cube of Zoe. Doppelganger and his counterpart Doppelganger 40 are the only bosses in the game that are completely susceptible to the stopwatch.
Mm-hmm.
So we can make really short work of them by using that sub-weapon. So since we have a tiny bit of downtime here, BT, would you like to give us your worst explained history of Castlevania in, say, like 1 minute? The entire history. 1 minute. It has started 2 seconds ago.
Like once upon a time, there was this guy named Vlad Tepes, aka Count Dracula, and he's a pretty bad dude. Such a bad dude that a lot of people hated him. So bad that he died, but he's actually undead because he's a vampire. So, all that other stuff. Simon Belmont tries to go whoop on him, and he succeeds, but once every 100 years, Dracula has to rise. So it's a generation of Belmonts versus this one lone person, well, with the handiwork of all of his ghouls and spooky, scary skeletons sending chills down your spine.
You have 10 seconds, sir. To sum up 7 more games.
Alucard is his son, and he goes to kill him. The end.
There we go. Cool. That is the entire history of every Castlevania game, including the Kojima ones, in 1 minute by the Blacktastic.
Yes.
Give him a hand, everybody. So we picked up a Garnet there using some abuse of the wolf mechanics on slopes. You're going to see it right here as well, with a jump that shouldn't be possible normally, but the wolf's jumping mechanics are kind of borked when you're going up a slope. We're going to use that Garnet later on in order to have it make babies. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. So we're coming to the end of the clock rush.
And we're going to be doing a little bit of a sequence break here as well. Boop.
So the reason we got the wolf was specifically for that. You want to kind of talk about how the wolf allows us to get into Colosseum early?
So yeah. So we're just piggybacking off of the clock rushes, as we like to call it. We want to get there within every even minute is when that top left part opens. There's a bit of a something with the wolf whenever you untransform with them. You're able to do a dive kick, and a dive kick allows you to just jump off of like enemies, candles, like just as you saw there. And that's pretty much it.
So yeah, using the wolf, we're able to sequence break and get up into the Colosseum much earlier than expected. So we're coming up to the next boss, Minotaur Werewolf. So being able to skip the cutscenes makes it so that the AI for these doesn't activate until normally Richter would be done talking in the cutscene. So we're able to just beat down on them this whole time.
Yep.
So that's how that works. So we're coming up to probably one of the biggest killers of Soten runs coming up here. So after I use the library card, I'm going to need this serious time for a little bit. hopefully we get this without any issues. But it's going to be another abuse of the wolf mechanics to do the jump, followed by hopefully a correct dive kick to sequence break getting the fairy card. Okay, we didn't get it the first time. We're going to try again. Okay, we got it the second time. That's fine. So that place, if I would have failed it again there, I would not have had enough mana to really try it again, and we would have had to have done an enormous detour. That would have cost us a lot of time, so it's a good thing we did not. So now we're making our way to the librarian, and the reason we got the fairy card is the fairy card's sound file allows us to glitch out the menu for the librarian. You want to kind of talk about that a little bit, BT?
Thank you for giving.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Library glitch.
Library glitch being like one of like the most broken ways to actually break this break zone, especially since since we're actually playing this on a clear save file, that allows us to purchase like a lot of the higher level and higher tier items for the librarian, including the duplicator, which you can only get for completing the game once. What the duplicator actually does, and why we need it, and why we need the garnet, and why this glitch needs to take place so early in a run, is that it enables for single-use items to be used in a limited amount of times. So we're not going to be using a lot of shield dashing anymore, since we just picked up the 2 buffalo stars, which has kind of like the like one of the highest DPS rates of any single or multi-use item in the
Boss
game.
coming in, boss dead.
Yep. Yeah, you could just see there. It's it's pretty crazy how you can just spam the same move over and over. But
Somebody call scrub quotes immediately. Literally call them, don't tweet them. So now we have access to the bat, which has its own version of shenanigans here. So we got the mana prism from the shop glitch, which gives us infinite mana, essentially, and a way to get invincibility. The other thing that we're getting here is the infinite wing smash from the bat. So normally the wing smash, that blue dash you're seeing me doing, once you do it for a certain distance, it'll actually stop and untransform Alucard. We're trying to avoid that by constantly doing the motion within about 1 second of starting it. It continues to cost you mana, but it continues the wing smash, which moves extremely fast and is invincible throughout and even does damage if you did it for that reason. We're going to be seeing a lot of other bat mechanics here, including mist batting, which is shown right there and there. Mist batting allows you to kill all of your forward momentum, which is really, really powerful when combined with the wing smash. Allows you to do things that would normally not be possible otherwise. All right, so we're going to try something kind of difficult, the Harpy Boost. We'll see if it works out for us. Ugh, alright.
there is something funny.
There's always something funny about that wall. So because I'm low on mana, a little bit of sloppy misbatting there. I do have to untransform for that room. I decided to forgo the strat that the game showed us, because the game always shows us the wrong strats, and just kill Karasamon the way I've always wanted to, which is throwing Buffalo Stars at him. And we're coming up to the next major thing, which is the Richter skip coming up here. You want to kind of talk about that a little bit, BT? Just kidding. BT's not going to talk about it. We jump as the wolf. We fail as the wolf, so we jump as a human. Then we turn into Bat. And then we fly through. And Richter's just completely shocked that we would ignore him completely, and decides, hey, let's just let him go to the second castle.
So there
I can't possibly move faster than that.
Yeah, there are also a little bit of stuff for you to watch whenever you're performing that sort of skip. Whenever you trigger that cutscene when the barriers are broken like that, if you skip the cutscene right away, you'll actually get up to like the middle of the room where like Alucard's supposed to be talking with Richter and how he's done all wrong and all that stuff. So if you accidentally go a bit too far, especially in your wing smash, and you're gonna skip that cutscene, actually be zipped a bit backwards, and your infinite or your wing smash might run out. You might untransform, and from there on, you won't gain control of Alucard, and you'll actually soft lock the game if you're a bit too close to the ledge, because he won't be able to jump.
So the nice thing about Castle 2 is, while in Castle 1 we were kind of powering up, in Castle 2 we have access to all the abilities that we really need, and then the Mana Prism and Buffalo Star for both defense and offense. The second castle goes by quite a bit faster.
Yep. When using like restorative items like elixirs, high potions, mana prisms, and so on, you're actually given a small window of invulnerability. So if you are managing to kind of bonk yourself on a human or demon or whatever, you can actually just pop that mana prism and just walk right through them.
So normally when you play this game, you need to have access to all of Dracula's body parts. That was sweet. You need to have access to all of Dracula's body parts in order to kind of beat the game, but we're going to bypass that heavily using a technique that's similar to the one we use to skip death. And we're going to use that to try and get into the final save room.
Right. And it's actually funny how we acquire this item to be able to do this skip anyway. If you remember back to the prologue, where we got at least, we depleted all of our hearts, so we actually get that heart refresh, which enables us to do this trick. You can also do it with like some other items, but we currently don't have that for those items for this category. And it looks like you got it. Yep.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's no good. Okay. Let's do this. So yeah, you're not supposed to get hit there. let's just throw that out there. But I apparently missed a wing smash input, and when you miss a wing smash input, well, you kind of fall out of the trick. So let's try that again, hopefully with better results this time. There we go. I actually thought for a minute I might have gone just far enough to get in on the first one, but the game disagreed, which is fine. And yeah, we're done with the second castle.
So what I was talking about when he picked up the Buffalo Stars and them having like pretty much like the highest DPS in the game when coupled with the duplicator, you're gonna see this Shaft fight go down pretty quickly.
He's gonna go down on Shaft really quickly. I mean,
well, I'm sorry. Shut your mouth.
All right, so now we're on our way to Dracula. So now I want you to sum up in 30 seconds the entire story as you have seen it in this speedrun for Soten. And can you do that?
Okay, so once upon a time, Alucard goes to Dracula's castle to beat him. Upon entering his castle, he meets death, but only for like a split second. He just kind of like walks past them. He encounters like this, short blonde-haired girl that doesn't really care about her as well. He pretty much knows, like, he grew up in this castle. He knows where he's going, doesn't need anything, except for just a librarian who has a lot of broken stuff.
And time. And that's it.
GG. 1926.
There you go, Vuligen. You're up.
How is it that I have been so defeated?
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? Matthew 16:26. I believe.
Ellipses, 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 ellipses.
Tell me, what were Lisa's last words?
She said, "Do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm, for theirs is already a hard lot." She also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell, my son.
All right. So yeah, a nice little background glitch here that happens on XVLA. It's kind of cute. Yeah, if you're ever interested in learning Castlevania Symphony, then we have a comprehensive tutorial online on YouTube for both the beginners and intermediate players out there. At some point, I'm probably going to revise it to make it a little bit better and more concise, but it is up there.
Just to be
Shout
clear,
outs to the entire Soten community all around the world, including in Europe and Brazil and Japan as well, not just America. Anything that you wanted to add, Villagen? Since you
Yeah,
were there?
just to be clear, this dude right here, this Turbodog dude, is the guy that made that Soten tutorial, and it is definitely worth checking out. I know a lot of, I know several people myself who have learned the game specifically from that. It's good stuff. And yeah, thanks for the run, Turbo. It's quite good.
Only other things I want to shout out, thanks to BT for being around for this also, for a little bit of commentary. Be sure to check out his projects both in Mega Man 9 and elsewhere. He might be starting up his Meter Burn podcast again. And I guess lastly, a short shout out to Casual Marathon that I'm trying to do semi-regularly. The next event is going to be November 6th, which is a Sunday. It's going to feature a number of kind of just people that I know. And it's just based around, when people enjoying each other's company, showing off what they've been working on. So be sure to check that out. It's Turbo's Rad Marathons. Yeah. You're up next, I think, right, Villagen?
I am up next.
You are Mr. Zero XP.
That is correct.
So that means that you're going into this blind, right? You have zero experience with the game.
That's not actually true. However, it will definitely appear that way.
Oh, man. That's what I like to hear. Just the confidence in the ability to not be confident. You're feeling good about the potential of possibly feeling good.
Exactly.
But I know you guys were joking about it a little bit for the escape goat. Did you guys meet any sort of incentive for showing off the tasks of that? Because it's actually pretty impressive, even for somebody that hasn't really ran the game.
What, for Scapegoat 2?
No, for Ori in the Blind Forest.
We don't have any sort of goal for that, but I wholeheartedly encourage people to check out the task that we... I shouldn't say we, because I didn't really have any time to participate in it, but the Ori community produced for the All Cells category of that game. It's really, really something to watch. Like, if you thought the Scapegoat 2 task was impressive, oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's some pretty crazy stuff in there. Shoutouts to Bloodstained also, which hopefully will turn out to be an excellent game.
Agreed.
Yeah, I saw anybody who hasn't seen the demo of that, I've been really pleased with the way the demo turned out, just for a short kind of look at the game, and hopefully they've run into issues where it's going to get delayed, but hopefully those delays are for the best and contribute to the overall quality of the game, because it already looked really strong, just from mechanics and everything when I was playing the demo. Kind of talking about the demo, we already found, so you might like this, Villagen, we actually already found the test room with an out of bounds inside of the demo.
Well done.
So yeah, I expect that game to get some pretty serious work done on it within the first couple months of it coming out. But
what a great ending theme song.
I even kept the original one because I didn't want to download the update and completely ruin everything. If you guys are interested also in regards to the speedrun, most of the tricks that I performed in here are possible on most versions of the game. The tutorial specifically covers the XBLA version, and the version for PlayStation and PlayStation Network.
I believe
Dracula X and Saturn are kind of their own games, so
I believe the XBLA version is fastest. Is that right?
it depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
It's the fastest loading and has the least graphical lag, which means it's the best for certain categories. But there's, for example, the PlayStation version has the arbitrary code execution that calls the credits. So that's technically the fastest if you can do that. There's also some pretty interesting stuff happening with PlayStation Portable Soten, the Dracula X Chronicles port one. I believe that's actually going to get shown off at GDQ. I might be mistaken. If so, or if you're ever interested, that's actually a really cool run too. It abuses the quick save function of the game for the portable version and allows you to do wrong warps like all over the map. It's pretty crazy.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for the run, dude.
Absolutely. I look forward to hearing you curse without cursing, because I know that's not in your nature at all, Vooligen. You have never, ever cursed in any capacity at any one of these charity events, on or off the mic.
Only a clean speaker. I do not use harsh language. I apologize for using a term such as harsh.
Oh, man. All right. I will catch you guys another time. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, if you need help with Soten, we're there for you. Good luck with the rest of the marathon, and let's hit that next big goal. Where are we at anyway? We're at still like 3,500?
We are no, sir. We are at $4,277 out of 3,000.
4,277. Okay, so somebody just completely screwed that up, right? Like, so now we have to. So now our next goal is to hit 5,420, I guess.
Oh God,
that's the next one.
All right, get off my stream.
All right.
Thanks so much.
See everybody another time. Later.
All right, guys. That was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. We're gonna do some quick setup, by which I mean that I'm going to launch Ori. In the meantime, we'll also run an ad real quick, so just sit tight for a few minutes. We'll be back.
Hello.
Yo. Welcome in.
Thank you, thank you.
Game seems to be going pretty good for you right about now.
Yeah, man. I kind of missed how Nurse managed to score a penalty box, but we'll take those.
So for anyone who's able to, I don't know if the commercial is, oh no, cool, the commercial is done. So along for the ride for some commentary, I've got Sigmasin, who is one of the top runners of this game. And if you wanted some updates on the NHL Heritage Classic between the Oilers and Jets, while you watch this run, you are in luck, because Sigma and I are both currently watching it.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. I don't really care about this Ori thing.
Yeah, no, that's what's important in life, is hockey.
Yeah.
All right, let me just clear some things out so that I can get this. And then I'm also going to... Okay, so this is a terrible idea, but I'm going to simultaneously stream to the actual stream and also run Tachyon at the same time. And let me get you a link to that.
Okay.
You should be able to watch on very low delay.
Nice. me go put this over in the corner of my monitor. Cover it up with most of the hockey. All right.
So just FYI, before